What's going on, guys? Dave here, back again with another video, and welcome to Madrid Fan TV. Now, casually sitting here 30 minutes waiting for a train, so I might as well do a match preview in the meantime for the upcoming match, Real Madrid versus Mallorca. Now, for me personally, I said this yesterday in my match reaction against Atalanta. Obviously, we beat them 2-0 in the Super Cup final, and I mentioned that Real Madrid sometimes don't get off to the brightest starts in La Liga campaigns. And that is actually true. They don't get off to the brightest start. Sometimes it's not the fluid football that we want to see. But for me, I feel that Real Madrid kind of feed that into the season itself. And they don't really start off always the brightest. So for me, I think Real Madrid tomorrow potentially will be looking at, I don't know, a 1-0, maybe a 2-0 here and there, and try and play this controlled football that they ended with towards the end of last season, but with the inclusion of Mbappé, a bit more fluidity. Now, people actually rewatched the Super Cup, not all of it, of course, not the whole match, but you know what, when you saw Mbappé yesterday, he was dropping a little bit deeper, trying to, make some really good passing interchanges with Vini, Rodrigo, Bellingham. He's dropping a bit deeper and kind of playing not as a false nine, for example, but for me, a person that wants to get more involved in the actual system that Ancelotti wants to deploy. And this control football last season didn't blow us off the seat. Come on, it didn't. It didn't blow anybody off the seat. Sometimes scrape through with victories, sometimes scrape through with wins. Champions League, for example, Leipzig, which was one of the most horrendous matches I've ever seen Real Madrid play. And for me, we're looking at a upcoming season where Real Madrid need to stamp their authority in La Liga. Especially, I think Barcelona will have a resurgence this year. Obviously, Girona, I think they will fall off, obviously, regarding obviously Champions League, playing Champions League, and a greater amount of competitions for them. So, and Atletico Madrid may have also a resurgence. So we're looking at a team here that we need to actually produce the goods. And Mbappé is the guy, I think, the perfect guy and the perfect addition to do that. Now, you know what? I said yesterday in the watch along with Lee that he needs to really show himself what he's made of in the very first 5 games, because Mbappé, if he doesn't show the Real Madrid fans what he's made of in those first 5, maybe 7, 8, 10 games, then you know what? They're going to be questions raised of him. And sometimes you watch Mbappé and he lights up the world. Sometimes he falls off. Same with Bellingham. Bellingham sometimes is absolutely crazy in one match. Sometimes he falls off. So for us, we have to literally look at Mbappé as a player, saying he's come into the system, he's trying to play the way. And I saw little glimpses of Mbappé and what he can do really as a player yesterday. And sometimes he was just flat for literally 15, 20 minutes, not getting involved. So he needs to be more involved, obviously, with the team. He needs to be more involved with the team. Vinny and him are going to be very, very dangerous. Trust me on this one. It can be very, very, very dangerous in the upcoming season. So I'm looking at obviously the same system against Mallorca, the same players against Mallorca. Let's really go out there and perform and actually create momentum driving on to the first 10 games of the season, and just don't allow Barcelona to be in reach of us within those very first 10 games of the season, because I really, really want us to go for a treble. I really, really want us to go for the treble this year. I want to obviously make some predictions later on in this video of where I think we will be ending up, especially with the number of trophies, because we already won the Super Cup final, and I don't see anybody stopping us in the FIBA Club Cup or Club World Cup or whatever it's bloody called, The only one that I could see anybody stopping us is the Champions League. And obviously the team to do that is going to be Man City, because they are that team. They are that elite level team that can really produce the goods when it's really needed. And it's the only team that can do so. So for me, La Liga needs to be an absolute sure trophy. Absolute sure trophy without a shadow of a doubt. I cannot see us not winning La Liga, it just will baffle me if we didn't win the league title this year. Also, on top of that, we have Copa del Rey. Very, very disappointing last season. I thought we could have done the treble easily if we just have put a little bit more effort into the Copa del Rey. Obviously, Ancelotti was balancing out the teams, trying different players. Arda Güler obviously was featuring a lot in the Copa del Rey games. And you know what? Yesterday, we were struggling with a creator. And that's where me and Lee were talking about, Brahim Diaz. Can he actually, fit those boots? Can he, do the creator role for the team? Because Bellingham, I don't see him as a creator, for example. I don't see him too much as a creator, even though he did produce the pass to Mbappé to get the goal. Can he do that more often? Who knows? Can he be the player that can, drive the player forward on a counter-attack, make that incisive pass to Mbappé, Rodrigo, or Vini to actually, put them through on goal? Who knows? He did that once, obviously, with I think it was Mbappé, and then obviously Mbappé scuffed it. I think it was yesterday in the Super Cup final. But you know what? We're gonna be looking at this La Liga season, and I'm going to be very, very hopeful that we can win all 6 trophies this season. It's 1 down, 5 to go. That's what I'm saying, people. 1 down, 5 to fucking go. Because you know what? We are, at the moment, probably on paper the best team in the world by a fucking country mile. By a country mile. And there's no team that can stop us, like I said, apart from Man City. Because I don't see us anyhow losing control of a game. Obviously, Atalanta had a couple of chances, but they were minor. It's nothing too major, and we've got big Courtois back. Obviously, Lunin is probably not going to feature at all this season. Maybe in the Copa del Rey. Hopeful about that. I think he done a really good job last season, and I really liked the way he played and introduced a different style of keeping to Madrid and kept us in a lot of games. And trust me, especially in the Champions League, really, really good. Carvajal has to feature across majority of the season as our most experienced right back and probably one of our best players last season, probably top 3. Rudiger, Militao, they bring the partnership back. That's what I want to see. Those two at the back line, and obviously Mendy was sensational yesterday, by the way. I just rewatched a couple of highlights of him, and he was sensational yesterday. And you know what? Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Modric, Tchouaméni. We have crazy options deep in midfield. I think Modric will probably be the guy to take that kind of playmaking role potentially to the next level. But Valverde is the guy, man. He runs his socks down. And Ancelotti loves these kind of players who can run their socks off and chase the ball, chase it consistently, never give up, never give in. And that's what the kind of guy that Valverde is. And obviously the front 4, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Vini, and Mbappé. What more can I say about that? That is an absolute frightening front 4. If Bellingham, Mbappé, Rodrigo, and Vini are all on form, that's it. If one of them drops, I think all of them will drop, because it's kind of in unison. But Vini can do stuff by himself, to be honest. But I think if Vini drops in one match, I think we would have problems. Vini needs to be consistent a lot this season. And obviously we've got guys to come off the bench. I don't think, like I said, Endrick will feature too much this season. So we're just going to see. But, match preview, Real Madrid, Mallorca. I'm predicting 2-0 to Real Madrid. I think they will do the job comfortably. Not with so much ease, but comfortable. And I don't think Mallorca has any firepower necessarily to harm Madrid, especially that back line and that deep 2 in midfield. So guys, that's me, myself, David. Much appreciated. I'm still waiting for this train because absolute craziness happening in this random place called Derby Road. I've never been here before in my life. So yeah, it's all good, guys. Much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe to Madrid Fan TV and like this video. Don't forget to do that. We're approaching obviously 2K very soon. 1.5 first and 2K. So hopefully we'll reach those targets. And we'll see you next time on Madrid Fan TV. Take care.